What's up, guys? It's the Board Game Roamer, and I'm here with an unboxing for you. That's right, an unboxing of Iberia Pandemic game. This is actually the first Pandemic game that I've ever owned. Been really excited. Love the idea of Pandemic. I've never played Pandemic, but I've watched a lot of playthroughs of Pandemic. So when I found this baby at Miniature Market, oh yeah, on clearance. Good stuff. So we're going to take a quick look at this. I know this venue is a little bit different, but I'm on a trip and I really wanted to get this open, and really wanted to play it, so I brought it with me. So we're doing this from the comfort. It's not the right word for it. No, this hotel's. I'm really tempted to tell you where it is and to not come here, but I'm not going to do that. It's the first time I've been here, so I'll reserve judgment till later. But it's not looking good for the home team, let's just put it that way. Anywho, we're going to take a quick look at this so that you can see what it is, what all is in the box, and then I'm going to bust this baby out and learn some rules and hopefully do a playthrough of it soon. So let's take a look at Pandemic Iberia. Now, this is obviously, there's a ton of pandemics, right? I believe this is the most recent one, so we'll see. And this is very weird for me because I'm not used to being on camera, so I'm like really trying to make sure I look at that. I'm looking at you, and it's really, really hard because I've got the little green dot and I want to look at the screen to see me, and it's, yeah. As Rob Warren says, who you guys know I love Rob Warren, right? I talk about him all the time. The professionalism, yeah. So this is apparently the limited collector's edition, which I did not realize. That's what it says down here. I don't know exactly what that means, but that's what it is. It is, of course, by Z-Man Games. It is a 2 to 5 player cooperative. So, I mean, you can play it solo. You just play it 2 to 5 players. I'm assuming, hopefully. That's how I'm going to do it anyway. So, inside the box, we, of course, have our rule book. Tells you all the items, all the stuff to track. Sorry for the glare. The rule book appears to be lots of graphics, which I do like, and is actually only well, really, to be honest, it's only about 7 pages? Yeah. It's 7 pages total. Wow. Thought it'd be a lot more than that. And then there's Influx of Patients Challenge, Historical Diseases Challenge. I guess that's ways to change it and switch things up, maybe to make it a little bit harder. Yeah. And then it's got some information about the event cards, some like historical stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then just a few reminders down here. The roles are on the back. Railwayman, ergonomist, politician, nurse, sailor, rural doctor, Royal Academy scientist. So pretty cool. I mean, that's a super short book. Let's see, what is this? Looks like just some art. Maybe some art, early art designs. Maybe that's what the deluxe is. I don't know. Let's see here. Then we've got our tokens, and I think, yeah, this looks like all the tokens. So there are not many tokens. So we've got railroads. These are railroads, water, and a target icon. I don't know what those mean yet, but that's what we got. And then, of course, we have Le Board. So we can get it far enough out for you to take a look. See, pretty cool board. Looks like there's a tracker over here. There's a couple different places for cards. It says Outbreaks Track. I don't know what that is, but you got all these different places. It looks like there's the 4 different outbreaks. So, cool. And it's a pretty thick board. I mean, it's good and sturdy, I guess. It's not super thick, but it's good and sturdy. The tokens, board thickness, not too bad. This one almost fell out just holding it, so they were punched well, for sure. There we go. So we got our decks of cards. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Charlie. Houston, we have a problem. I actually don't have... hold on. I failed to account for the fact that I do not have all my normal stuff with me. So let's see if I can... Somebody with no fingernails, this becomes significantly more difficult, as it does not have, that I can see, one of those little pull tabs that I usually don't use, but in this case would actually be open. We might have some. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So okay, so let's see here. We got okay. Wow, these card backs are going to be interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and open the other one and kind of stack them together so we can look through them. I'm curious, put in the comments below if you have ever played Pandemic, or what your favorite Pandemic game is, or just in general about the games that use this mechanic where you have so many actions and you do your turn with so many actions and then resolve something that goes to the next player. There are definitely a number of games that use this mechanic that are not Pandemic. So I'm just kind of curious. I'll tell you my thoughts. I mean, I like it. I think that the action points work well. Being limited to actions I can see the appeal of having limited actions, right? As far as what you can and can't do. So I do like that. However, I would say that I do also. Oh, all these are the same. Okay. So there weren't really that many different cards. Oh, these are the plague. Okay. I do appreciate. I do like, though, that you can maybe, if you only have 4 actions. Let me turn this. This looks so goofy. Oh yeah, I should have done that from the beginning. So if you have 4 actions, right, and it's cooperative, that's fine. I do like, though, if you can have more actions or somehow add actions or something like that. You know, it is cool to be able to pass, you know, for me to be able to take a card, right, and pass it to somebody else. But I want to do more than that. So I do like that. Like, I have not done a playthrough yet, but you saw the unboxing of Black Orchestra. It's very much, you know, it uses this same system of you have so many actions, but there's a point where you can take an action called Conspire and you can roll all the dice. Well, when you roll those dice, you may get targets, which help you. You may get Nazi eagles, which don't help you, but you're going to get a number, 1, 2, or 3, possibly, and that's how many extra actions you have. Right now, granted, you can only do the Conspire action once on your turn, so you can't just keep banking actions. But it does make it fun because, you know, I can roll, and I had 3 actions. Now I've got 5 actions or 6 actions, or maybe I had 1 action left because I had to do something, and I really, you know, I just had to pick and say, okay, I'm going to go here and pick up this item because I know I got to have them. I'm just gonna, risk it for the biscuit, right? Roll that die, and I come up with 3 more actions. It's awesome. That's super, super fun. Not everybody does that, but I really enjoyed that. Now, having said that, I'm not knocking Pandemic, right? I think this is still going to be a great game. But I do like that it's a little bit more variable, right? That you have more options that you can do than just do 4 actions every turn. Because even with set collecting or trying to get the right colors and match the right colors and stuff, and there is strategy, obviously, to move around the board, but really all the pandemics are very similar in that respect. And while other mechanics have changed, how the plagues and stuff, epidemics move around and the roles and whatnot that you have and how they can combat those, the action point system, as far as I can tell, I'm not an expert on it, so if I'm wrong, somebody please let me know in the comments, has not gone through a major change overhaul. So I think that would be good. Okay, so what cards do we have? We have our 3 different infections: malaria, typhus, yellow fever, cholera, and of course the classic black, blue, yellow, red colors. Fancy. Then we've got some player aids. So this looks like how movement works, things you can do, research disease, share knowledge, purify water, build a hospital. Those sorts of things are all on this. Golly, that's really yellow on this card. That's pretty cool. And there's basically only, well, I'll take it back. Then you got your individual cards for the ergonomist, the nurse, the politician, the railwayman, scientist, the doctor, the sailor. And that will tell you on the bottom here, it's going to show you the powers, right, that these guys have. So in this case, as an action, place 1 purification token into an adjacent region. When you do purify water action, you may place 1 additional purification token into the region. So I'm assuming that the water maybe stops the spread of viruses or something like that. But that's on everybody's card, what their special ability is, and then the color that's associated with them. So that's cool. So then we've got this card that just tells you basically the turns, right? The turn order, not turn order, the order that you do your turn in. Well, I guess it is turn order. But you do actions, you move patients, you draw 2 cards and resolve epidemics, you infect cities, and your hand limit is 7 cards at all times. So that tells you a little bit, just to help you keep track, because I did not see, see, another one just about punched out. That is nice about this. If it does that, that's good quality stuff. Because I hate when you have to punch, I was punching out Fortune and Glory, which I didn't put on, well, I did record that. I haven't put it on the channel yet, at least at the time of this recording. And on the back, so, this is front, and this is the back. On the back, those cards are have a plastic film. They're really, really glossy. The boards and the player boards and stuff are really, really glossy. And so when I punched it, most of them came out, but there were a couple that actually came out, and then, let me just punch one of these out as an example. So right here on the edge, right, there was a ring, and that film started to pull out, which fortunately, it came out in a way that didn't pull off the back of the token, but I didn't like that. Okay, so then we have all of these cards, which are red, blue. Oh, some of these are event cards, some of these are, okay. So, of course, you have all of your cards, yellow cards, black cards, red cards, right? So these are all the locations that are on the map, right? You've got your Zaragoza, Valencia, you got your Granada, Gibraltar, you got your Soria, Santander, and a bunch of them that I can't pronounce. Vigo, Salamanca, Porto, Lisboa. Guys, this game is awesome. Well, Pandemic is. Lisboa, the game, O'Toole, you need to check it out. Heavy Euro, but so worth it. Even the solo is great. I have it. I've played it solo. Now, it is heavy, okay? So it's not one that you're going to pick up and read the rule book in 5 minutes, figure it out. Well, maybe you are if you're a savant. But as not a savant, it took me a bit longer, and I'm still not sure that I did it right. But there are plenty of videos and walkthroughs out there that you can watch. So definitely, if you get a chance to play it, definitely do that, because it is a really fun. I mean, I probably played it wrong when I played it, but I still had fun. Which, I mean, hey, that's why we play board games, right? So we have events. Let's see here. Purify water. Put up to 2 purification tokens onto the board, placed into 1 or 2 different regions. So there's that. Telegraph message. One player may give 1 or 2 city cards to one other player anywhere on the board. Ooh, that's nice. It's called Hala. And then some other cards that say introduction, academic, increase, smooth the infection rate, draw the bottom card from the infection deck and add 3 cubes. Oh. Okay. So apparently this is how the epidemics spread, these cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So those are bad cards. We don't want those cards. I guarantee you we're going to get them. Now, okay, hold on a second. Okay, now I'm confused. So this is apparently another set of... Oh, I guess this is where... This must be a set of, like, location cards, I guess? Because it's the same thing. It's got yellows, right? Then it's got the black locations, red locations, blue locations for kind of each of the regions, but so does this. So I'm assuming these are the player cards the players get to be able to hand to each other and to move or to play to reduce an epidemic in a location or something like that. That must be what it is. I'm assuming that's what it is. Alright, cool. So there's that. This is, I have very limited room here, so it's taking me a little bit longer. And then we have our bag of stuff. Now, again, I don't know what limited edition means, to be honest with you. We'll continue on. So, of course, you have, you got all your markers here. There's no sense in pulling those out. It's basically cubes and the different items that show that a epidemic has been cleared, and then your particular cubes for each of the colors of the epidemics, and then of course all the pawns for the players. So that's it. It's really, I mean, it's really not that big a box, honestly. I kind of thought it would be a bigger box, and the board's not that big, which is great in this case because I have like this much room. But cool. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing. Gear up. Hopefully I'll get this out before International Tabletop Day. Gear up for that. Make sure you go play some games that day. Get with your friends. Have a good time. We are going to do something on the channel. Hopefully, I've got something in the works with a publisher that I will be able to put out soon. I hope to give you a date and time and what it is. So I'm looking super forward to that. Hopefully that's going to come through. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, subscribing. Leave your comments below for any questions, any comments, anything that I talked about that you have a question about or you have a comment on. Go Hive Mind, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video.